So we're going to talk about the taxonomy of play types, and this is Bob Hughes' version. There are 16 play types. The thing about this is that it is not a way of categorising play into putting it all into lots of boxes about what children do. What this is about us as adults, really, getting to recognise how children emotionally engage with a whole range of possibilities that you could actually say, that's that, that's that, that's that. But what it's not is that you get one child engaging in this play type, and then maybe later on they'll go and engage in this play type. Things are coming in and out and they're merging these types between them, and it's all to do with children's different experiences. It's really a way to help us understand what's going on.
So we're going to start with mastery play. So mastery play is about children actually being masters of their own universe. So, for example, you've probably been on the beach and you've tried to dam the sea and stop it coming back. Mastery play is about the children playing with things in their environment that makes them feel like they are in control and they are masters. Damming brooks, trying to keep the sea back, are all examples of children's emotional engagement in mastery play.
This one, exploratory play. Now, you could argue that, yes, when children are engaged in mastery play, they are exploring, and they are, of course. But this is kind of about how children explore. Every time they go into a new space, a new place, a new environment, they will explore it. They will go and find the nooks and crannies and everywhere possible, all the bits that probably adults wouldn't go. And also in exploratory play, children can explore things. It's a kind of finding out play. It's like, for instance, if we had this, then children would explore, what can this do? Or what can I do with it? There's all sorts of possibilities that they will see that adults just forget. They forget how precious this kind of stuff is.
Kind of leads us on to object play. So in object play, children are actually exploring what the object kind of feels like, to touch it, to kind of see what it does. Does it make a noise? It may lead on to exploratory play, where they will take it even further and do something with it. But initially, object play is literally finding out about that object, what it does, what it feels like.
And then here we have deep play. Deep play is actually all about play that feels life-threatening. And of course, what's life-threatening to one child is not necessarily the same as another. It's about taking risks to the degree where you feel scared enough that you might not survive this, and yet at the same time, there's something so life-affirming about that experience, because actually, kids don't have a death wish, and they do survive, and that's amazing. So for instance, Karen is afraid of heights. For her, this could be deep play. For me, no chance, I'd need to go to 40 feet. But for her, this is scary. Is she going to survive it if she jumps off?
But the feeling when you've actually achieved it is amazing.
Yeah.
Recapitulative play is what Bob Hughes might describe as going back, as kind of human beings going back to our survival kind of instinct. So recapitulative play is all about building dens, making tribes, having spears and bows and arrows, because this is us kind of evolutionary, kind of making our way from where we were as human beings into the future, and it's a really, really rich part of children's play experiences.
This next one, rough and tumble, it's very much what it says. It does what it says on the tin, and it is about body contact. Children need that body contact in so many different ways, and so they will play in all sorts of ways. So it might be tickling, it might be real wrestling, not going to get into too much of that now. Yeah. All of that's rolling over and over, etc. It's really, really important, and some people tend to stop boys particularly doing it because they think it's going to lead into real fights, etc. What they don't understand is that this kind of playing is the way that all children, boys or girls, it's the way they learn empathy. They don't know that necessarily in their heads, but that's actually what happens, because you're finding out the limits of your body, what you can give, what you can take, and what others can give and take. Really important kind of playing.
Locomotive play, again, this is pretty much what it says on the tin, but this is really enjoying movement for movement's sake. So this really is spinning around till you feel dizzy, rolling, running freely,
jumping, swinging,
yeah, just for
chasing,
the involvement, enjoyment, and that feeling of using my body and being physical.
So, this is sociodramatic play. A lot of these sometimes get muddled up, but they are quite different. Sociodramatic play is when children act out kind of scenes from their own lives, really. Stuff that they have experienced or, they've seen close to them in their own families, homes, amongst friends, etc. So, for instance, it may be something like this. Drink your tea, come on.
I don't like these fingers for tea, Mum. Dramatic play. It's kind of linked to sociodramatic play, but dramatic play is when kids kind of take things they might have seen in films or on the television and kind of reenact them and do them in their own way. So, for example, here we are tonight on the X Factor, and we have the most incredible singer here. We have Lily Evans.
Fantasy play is much more about the things that are not real, so aliens, witches, superheroes, those kind of things that feature so highly in children's play. So here's a couple of examples.
I am a space elf and I've come down to Earth. Imaginative play. Now you could argue that all children's play is fairly imaginative, but this is when they're really imagining something. So an imaginary friend, for example, or, oh, here's my pet dog, do you want to stroke him? So it's kind of in their imagination, and it's that feeling that they're engaging with something that's not there, but it's in their head. It may just be looking up at the clouds and imagining different pictures and stories. Imaginative play.
This one here is role play, and this one is much more about playing with identity. So in this case, children will try out different roles. They'll try to be certain people, that they imagine what they must be like to be that person.
999, what's your emergency, please? Police, ambulance or fire service? Police, they're coming!
No, let's all listen. What's going on? Am I needed?
And next, communication play. This is when children absolutely play with language. So you might find swearing is part of this. What do the words mean? What's the reaction when they say it to somebody? Just making up sounds, noises. What can they actually do with their own kind of vocal cords? But it'll also be games like this. A sailor went to sea to see what he could see, and all that he could see was a blessing of the deep blue sea. Communication play, playing with languages and words and all sorts of nuances.
So this is creative play. It's easier to say what creative play is when we say what it isn't. It is not about arts and crafts, that kind of creativity. This is about those eureka moments that happen when children are playing quite spontaneously, when they suddenly find that they've made something up, they've made something new. There's an element of surprise in it. So it could be a song or a dance or a movements, whatever. So here's some examples.
Symbolic play. Symbolic play is when children use things to symbolise something, which can also be quite creative, but this is much more about finding something that suddenly makes you a priest. What does it feel like? Yeah, symbolically, I am now anointing you, my child. They may choose a rubber band to make a wedding ring, so the object symbolises something as part of their play. Here's an egg. Wow, it's an ostrich egg. Oh, wow, let's put it in a nest. Yeah, and if we keep it warm, it will grow into a big ostrich and fly away. Oh, wow.
And finally, we have social play. And social play is actually about the negotiation, the talking, the planning of play. And quite often, whatever it is that children plan, they never get to actually do, because this in itself is play. So it could go something like this.
I want to be the teacher and I want you to be the naughty boy.
Yeah, well, hang on a minute. I want to do families and I want to be the mom.
Yeah, but you be the naughty boy first, and I'll be the teacher, and then I'll tell you to send your mother in to talk to me because you've not been doing your homework, and also you've been fidgeting in class, and also you were late, and you pushed Fiona over. You're a naughty boy.
But can I then? I want to be able to get my own back on you. So maybe when you turn around and you're drawing on the board, and I can make faces.
Yeah. So we need a board, don't we? And I'll tell you what else, we can make it magical as well, because then you could have a magic wish, and then fairies could come in. And no, not fairies, not fairies.
No, not fairies.
No, Dumbledore could come. Dumbledore could come.
Oh, yeah. And then we can magic old Mrs. Scratchy Bags away.
Yeah, but you have to say, I don't like you, Miss Scratchy Bags.
Oh, I will say that, because I don't.
No.
Yeah.
Playtypes.